They always praised my brother until they realized what I'd been doing in silence. It's strange when you realize your family loves the idea of you, but not you. That sentence makes sense in your head until it smacks you in the gut the first time you notice it. For me, it started quietly, almost imperceptibly, in the middle-class suburbs of Seattle, in a house that looked perfect from the outside but carried a subtle chill I'd grow up learning to live with. I'm Ethan, 26 now, but back then I was just a kid who tried really hard to matter and somehow always failed. My parents, David and Marianne, were nice enough people, at least superficially. They loved to host neighborhood barbecues, had a carefully curated Pinterest-worthy kitchen, and always encouraged family time. But underneath all that, there was a hierarchy, and I was somewhere at the bottom. At the top, my older brother, Liam Golden Boy, everything perfect type. He could do no wrong, and if he did, it was endearing. I remember the first time I really noticed it. I was 8 and it was my birthday. I had been hyped for weeks, hoping this year would be different. Maybe I'd get some attention, maybe a little validation. But the morning of my birthday, my parents were fussing over Liam because he just scored the winning touchdown in his Little League championship game. The house was full of balloons for Liam. The chocolate cake in the fridge had his name on it. My birthday, somehow, it got lost in the shadow of his tiny victories. I tried to bring it up gently, in that meek, hopeful way only an 8-year-old can. It's my birthday today. My mom glanced at me over the countertop where she was fawning over Liam's stats, smiled politely, and said, "Yes, Ethan, we'll celebrate later, sweetie." Later never came. That day, I learned a lesson I carry into my teens. I could do everything right, but if it wasn't spectacular or loud or associated with Liam, it didn't matter. It wasn't all overt, of course. My parents weren't cruel. There was no yelling or insults, no sharp words. It was subtler than that, a pattern of indifference. I'd spend weeks on a school project, like the time I built a miniature working solar system for the science fair. And the moment I placed it on the table at home, my dad's eyes slid over it as if it were furniture. Meanwhile, Liam walked in with a shiny little football trophy he'd accidentally dropped in the hallway, and suddenly the whole living room erupted in applause. "That's my boy," my mom cheered, clapping him on the back. I remember feeling a sharp pang in my chest and forcing a smile. "Good job, Liam," I said softly, the kind of smile that begged to be noticed but was never returned. By the time I hit middle school, the pattern had become painfully obvious. My parents cheered at every football game Liam played, every basketball tryout he attended. They attended every piano recital he considered, while mine, the ones I'd begged them to watch, went unnoticed. I learned to perform silently, like a ghost haunting the same house, trying to exist without disrupting the narrative of the perfect family. School plays were worse. I had a knack for drama, could memorize lines easily, and genuinely enjoyed performing. One year, I landed the lead in my 5th grade play. I was thrilled. I told my parents about it, sent home the little flyer from school, and waited for that proud look, that smile of acknowledgement. On the night of the play, I peeked into the audience. My parents weren't there. Liam had a basketball tournament that evening, and of course that took precedence. I went on stage, delivered every line with the same enthusiasm, and received the loudest applause from teachers and friends. It felt hollow, without my parents in the crowd. Even the small kindnesses I did around the house went unnoticed. I would help my mom clean the kitchen after dinner or carry groceries in from the car without being asked. My dad never said thank you. Liam could spill juice all over the floor, and my mom would sigh indulgently, muttering, "He's just like his father." Full story link below.